Okay, in this video we're going to look at vertical and horizontal lines. Now vertical and horizontal lines have very special equations. So they're a wee bit different than what we've just looked at, which was our general equation of straight lines, y equals mx plus c. So a vertical line, if you have a look at this one we have drawn in red, if you look at any point on this line, the y value are clearly changing, but the x values are the same. So here, at this point, x is equal to 6. At this point, x is equal to 6. This point, x equals 6. And down below, x is equal to 6, x equals 6, x equals 6. So to describe this line, the equation of this line is just x equal to 6. Okay, exactly the same if I had one over here, and we'll go for 1 through minus 4. So you can imagine that's a straight line. You will have to use your imagination. You can imagine at this point, x is equal to minus 4. This point, x is equal to minus 4. And down below, x is equal to minus 4. And anywhere else randomly, x is equal to minus 4. So everywhere on that line, x is equal to minus 4. So the equation of that particular line is x equals minus 4. And this one was x equals 6. So it says vertical lines like this all follow a simple rule. The x value is fixed. You can see this. This line cuts the x-axis at x equals 6. So every single point in this line has an x-coordinate of 6. So the equation of your line is x is equal to 6. Now, so just label that. Make sure you've got that labeled on your graph. X is equal to 6. Now this equation says sketch x is equal to minus 8. Now what we're going to do is just going to sketch it here. So when you're asked to sketch, it really is a very, very rough sketch. So there we have, there I would just do a y-axis, label it y, do your x-axis, label it x, and then you want to draw your line y equals minus 8, or x equals minus 8. So x equals minus 8, that's it, going through minus 8, and there's x is equal to minus 8. The next one is x is equal to plus 2. There's your y value, there's your x value, and x is equal to plus 2. It's going through, it's a vertical line going through 2. So there's your x equals 2. And then this one is x is equal to minus 2. There's your x-axis, there's your y-axis, and there's your line x is equal to minus 2, going through minus 2 on your x-axis. So you don't need anything fancy for a sketch. I would just mark on my x-axis, my y-axis with the wee arrows, and also mark on the origin so you can see where something is relative to it. And you can see my line y equals minus 8 is left of my y-axis. My line x equals 2 is right of my y-axis, and again my line y equals x minus 2 is left of my y-axis. The last part says, what is the equation of the y-axis? If you imagine, I'll just mark it on here. There's my y-axis, and it goes through 0. So my equation of my y-axis is x equals 0. Okay, now we're going to look at horizontal lines. Horizontal lines are very similar to vertical lines. They have just one letter equals a number to represent them. So let's have a look at this line, see what if we can figure out a wee bit more. So we've got a line drawn here, horizontal line going through minus 4 on my y-axis. And at every point on this line, if I pick 4 points, at this point here, the first one on the left, my y value is minus 4. At this point, my y value is minus 4. At this point, my y value is minus 4. And at this point, my y value is minus 4. So the equation of this line quite simply is y is equal to minus 4. Dead easy. So every point on that line had a y value of minus 4. So the whole line, the x value varies, but the y value is constant, or y equals minus 4. This example, and we're going to do this in one sketch, it says sketch y equals 2, y equals 9, and y equals minus 10. So we did it on 3 separate ones in the last one. We'll do it in one single sketch this time to see what it looks like. Okay, I've done my x-axis a wee bit higher up, and so it's a wee bit off skew, doesn't matter. And then I had to draw y equals 2. So y equals 2 will be a horizontal line going through 2. You use a ruler, please. There's y equals 2 going through 2. And then we had minus 9, and then we'll have a minus 10 on down. So there's y equals minus 9, and then below it again, whoop, that's terrible, get rid of that one. Below it again, we've got your y equals minus 10. So again, mark on your origin, your y-axis, your origin, and your x-axis, and then you can see y equals 2 is a horizontal line going through 2. Y equals minus 10 is a horizontal line going through minus 9, and y equals minus 10 is a horizontal line going through minus 10. And the last thing says, what is the equation of the x-axis? There's your x-axis here, and it goes through 0, so the equation of your x-axis is y is equal to 0. Okay folks, so there you have it. Horizontal lines take the form y equals just a number. Vertical lines take the form x equals just a number. And that is it for your horizontal and vertical lines.